What's up, YouTube? It's Zach. Alright, round two on this, since apparently my mic sucked last time. Alright, let's go. Okay, so you can see up here that I have my current iteration of Fire Fist. Um, I have it up here because I'm coming to talk specifically in this video, as much as I would love to advocate for the fists, more specifically about tech choices if you decide to not play Shaddolls or not play Burning Abyss in this format. Um, so I'm just going to jump right into this since, structures, just fuck it. First of all, you can see that I am main decking the Thunder King. I guess that's kind of a standard pick for playing 4-axis anymore. Specifically, though, I'm playing it because it's really good at anti-search, and so that really helps against Burning Abyss when they're shooting all their stuff to the grave. Against Shaddolls, to an extent, stopping some of their search, and also in a lot of rogues. In a lot of rogues, you need a lot more search, and T-King shuts it down, so, T-King. Next that I would like to point out is the Gaioku. It's 4-axis specific, but Gaioku is really good right now because like 90% of the traps that you see anymore are chainable. And so, Gaioku says that your opponent can't activate the card that you target in response to this. So if you pick something that happened to be chainable, well, now it's completely frozen in place and non-chainable. And since most people don't play MST anymore, looks like it's frozen for a while until, they wind blasted or something like that, which is really annoying. But yeah. Next tech, we have ourselves some Mind Crush. I love the Mind Crush in the main board. So good. Because no matter who you face, they have to search things if they want to do things. And if you open that Mind Crush early, or if you open that Mind Crush, you draw it early, oh, they try to search, and then they grab it, and then you're just like, no! And then it goes. It's awesome. I love it. It's a great main board choice. Another one that I guess isn't really as much tech as much as just, I love it. Trap Stun. When chainable traps are running around all over the place, Trap Stun is great. It's great. Because it just forces people, it forces your opponent to use multiple things to try to get around it. And it's really good in pretty much any matchup except for Lightsworns. Lightsworns is a really bad time for this deck in particular, but yeah, Trap Stun's great. Moving on, Soul Drain is God right now. If it wasn't at 1, oh, Konami, why? You make a deck, or you make a format entirely about graveyards, and you have Soul Drain, Defissure, and Macrocosmos all at 1. Why you do this? It makes it so hard to compete with anything that doesn't use graveyard effects. Ugh! If you want to play a deck that doesn't use the graveyard effects, or doesn't use effects that are that happen when they're banished, play Soul Drain. Main Soul Drain. And you will thank yourself for it. Because when you open it, or when you draw it, and you need it, and you set it, and they try to do stuff, and you flip it, and they cry, you are going to love yourself for doing it. Next tech, I'm actually maining a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This was by suggestion from Jeff, and I decided to try it out. And the more I've been playing it, the more I'm just like, why did I not do this to begin with? Because the format is so dominated by dark decks, that maining a Shadow Mirror is not a terrible decision, because like 80% of the decks that you face are dark decks. So when you have a Shadow Mirror in your main, it really screws them up in game 1 because they weren't expecting it to see that until game 2. So you just cut it up, nip it in the bud, just right there, just cut it. Yeah, That's why I play it. Like, straight up in a format where you're just going hard in the shadow decks, in the dark decks. You gotta get that shadow mirror going. This is one I've been testing, and I kind of like it, and I also kind of don't. Curse Seal, the Forbidden Spell, is beautiful as a side deck card, not only against Shadalls for shutting out their plays with fusion, but it's also pretty decent against like the artifact ignition. It's pretty good against spellbook anything, and I'm sure there's going to be some spellbook floating around somewhere or another. It's really good against decks that need like one or two key spells to really do things. And so Curse Seal is great for that. And considering, side on this deck real quick. Because this deck like can hold cards and still control the field, you'll have that one discard. Also, terribly enough as it is... Oh, it's the discard spell card? Yeah, well, I'm running 14 spells. Yeah, I can hold them. I can do that if I have a duality that I don't want. If I have a Regeki that I don't feel like playing. Regeki's... I don't know how I feel about Regeki. Because Konami brought it back, which was great. Until everyone figured out that it is useless against... Well, not completely useless, just mainly useless against Shadal and against Burning Abyss. It's real, well, less so against Shadal. Mainly just Shadal. Burning Abyss, you can do some things with Regeki. Regeki's really good in decks that need to board wipe an OTK. So Heretics, you need to be playing this card. I don't know. I play it because if I face something that's not the top two, Regeki just like dumps on everything that's rogue. Even including 4-axis, unless you've got this guy on field, or if you've got your lances. But it's pretty decent. I don't know. There are other tech cards that are decent right now. Nobleman's pretty good, but I don't feel like that's worth maining. It's definitely more of a side deck card. It's less of an all-around. I don't main Emptiness in here because I like having the techs in my deck too much to main Emptiness. I think those are honestly more important because Vanity's Emptiness... My argument against Vanity's Emptiness is that the effects that would make things happen usually will end up destroying that emptiness in the process. Like you've got your Shadalls, they'll pop off another card in your back row, and then your emptiness goes with it, and then they just, Burning Abyss, they'll just wind blast your emptiness and then go ham. I don't think emptiness is worth it when I can play things like Shadow Mirror, Mind Crush, and Soul Drain, and really just like shut out the possibility of ever having the ability to do something. I think that's a better tech. That's a better rationale for me as far as playing it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents right now. I can't think of any other real tech I want to talk about. Evagishki Marogist probably would have been better in the hat format. I'm still trying to decide if it's worth siding. I don't know. Steel Swarm Roach, probably going to bust that out once Koloths hit to help deal with some of the higher than level 4 pendulums. Yeah, it's also a good rogue. It's also like a rogue killer, so I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Comments below, likes below if you feel like doing that. You can share it if you want. Yeah, check us out, Yu-Gi-Oh! Underground on Facebook. In the meantime, have a good evening, guys. I'll catch you later.